The church was too quiet, too heavy, as if the air itself was mourning. I sat in the front row, my black dress stiff against my skin, my hands twisted together in my lap until Helena leaned closer. "Breathe," she whispered. "You haven't moved in 10 minutes. "I can't," I said, voice low, hoarse. "I can't even look at that coffin." Joy sat on my other side, sliding a tissue into my palm. "You don't have to," she said gently. "Just hold on. We're here." My eyes flicked to the casket at the altar, covered in white roses. My husband, my Nick, gone. But the thought hit me. Bella shifted in the row behind. She hadn't shed a tear since this began. She just sat there, stiff, watching. Why hasn't she cried? I muttered under my breath. Helena tilted her head. "Bella, she's in shock maybe. Everyone grieves different." "No," I whispered. "It's not shock. It's something else." Before Helena could answer, Calvin approached the pew. His black suit was immaculate, his face blank as stone. "Nick's brother. Do you need anything?" he asked flatly. Forced a nod. "I just need this to be over." He gave no comfort, no words of brotherly kindness. He simply returned to his seat, jaw tight. Brian, Nick's oldest friend, sat near him, whispering something to Isaac, the business partner, their heads bent close together like conspirators. I leaned toward Joy. Why are Brian and Isaac whispering like that? This isn't the place. Joy frowned. "I don't know. Ignore them." But I couldn't. My head spun, my chest tight. I looked back at the coffin, the priest's lips moving in prayer. The words blurred. My stomach churned. Then my phone buzzed. The vibration against my thigh jolted me like lightning. Trembling, I slipped it out, shielding the screen under my hand. One new message, from Nick's number. "I am still alive. Trust no one." My breath hitched so loudly, Helena touched my arm. "What is it?" she whispered. "Nothing," I croaked, shoving the phone into my lap. Joy caught my face. "You look like you've seen a ghost." I swallowed hard, my pulse screaming in my ears. My hands shook so violently, I almost dropped the phone. Nick, alive? No, impossible. He was in that coffin. I'd kissed his cold forehead at the hospital. I'd signed the papers. I'd watched them close the casket. Still, the words burned. Trust no one. I clutched Helena's hand. "Do you believe in messages from the dead?" Her eyes widened. "What are you talking about?" Joy leaned close. "Tell us." I shook my head. "Later." My voice cracked. "Not here." Behind me, Bella shifted again. Her perfume faint, familiar, sharp. She leaned forward just enough to whisper, "You're trembling." I flinched. "I'm fine." "You don't look fine." Her tone wasn't concern. It was observation. "Cold." I turned forward, refusing to meet her eyes. The priest spoke of faith, of letting go, but all I heard were Nick's words looping inside me. "I am still alive. Trust no one." The service ended. People lined up to give me condolences. Their mouths moved. Their hands touched mine, but I barely heard them. My eyes darted between Brian's smirk, Isaac's sideways glance, Calvin's clenched fists, Bella's silence. Everyone was wrong, off. Helena squeezed my shoulders. "Let's get you some air." Outside, the chill hit me. I staggered against the stone wall, dragging in a breath. "What's going on?" Joy demanded. "Nothing," I said, clutching my purse. Helena narrowed her eyes. "You're lying. You've been shaking since the service. Tell us." I pulled out my phone. My thumb hovered over the message, dread clawing my throat. Slowly, I showed them. Helena gasped. Oh my God, this can't be real. Joy's hand flew to her mouth. Is this a prank? Someone hacked his phone. It has to be. It's Nick's number, I whispered. It came from him. I know it. Helena shook her head fiercely. No way. He's gone. We saw him. Then explain this. My voice cracked so loud a few mourners turned their heads. Joy lowered her tone. Shh, don't draw attention. Tears stung my eyes. If he's alive, why would he do this? Why let me bury him? Helena gripped my hand. It doesn't make sense. Unless… She trailed off. Unless what? Unless someone's using his phone to mess with you, to break you, Joy whispered. Or unless he wanted to disappear. The words hit me like ice. Disappear. Behind us, Bella walked through the church doors, her gaze falling on the phone in my hand. What are you hiding? She asked smoothly. I shoved it into my purse. Nothing. You're a terrible liar, she said with a faint smile. Helena stepped forward. Back off, Bella. Bella raised her brows, then turned away. Suit yourself. She walked down the steps, heels clicking, not once looking back. My knees wobbled. She knows. Joy frowned. Knows what? She saw the phone. She knows something. Helena whispered. Then we can't trust her. Maybe we can't trust anyone. The words sliced through me. Trust no one. I clung to the railing, breath shallow. Why now? Why at his funeral? Why me? Joy shook her head. If it's really Nick, maybe he's warning you. Helena grabbed both my hands. Then you need to decide. Are you going to follow the warning or pretend you never saw it? I stared at the church doors, at Bella's fading figure, at Brian and Isaac, whispering again in the corner. My world tilted. My voice broke into a whisper. I don't know who I can believe anymore. I sat in the parlor, replaying that cursed message again and again. The glow of my phone hidden under the folds of my dress. I am still alive. Trust no one. Joy leaned toward me. You've been staring at your lap all night. What's going on? Nothing, I whispered. Helena arched a brow. You're lying again. I forced a smile. I'm tired. That's all. Across the room, Calvin avoided my eyes completely. He poured himself another drink, his shoulders rigid. Beside him, Brian and Isaac whispered in low tones, their heads close. Joy noticed too. Why are they whispering like that? It's creepy. Plotting, I muttered before I could stop myself. Helena turned sharply. Plotting what? I don't know. I rubbed my temple. But I feel like everyone here knows something I don't. Brian suddenly laughed at something Isaac said. The sound cut through the hush of the room, sharp and wrong. I gripped my glass so tightly it almost cracked. Don't watch them, Joy murmured. They'll notice. But I couldn't look away. Later that night, when the house was finally empty, exhaustion pulled me under. In my dream, I heard Nick's voice, low and urgent. Don't trust them. I spun around searching, but saw only shadows. I jolted awake, drenched in sweat. My chest heaved. His voice lingered like smoke. Morning came too quickly. Bella was already in the kitchen, sipping coffee, her expression unreadable. You didn't sleep, she said flatly. How would you know? You walk like you've been chased in your dreams. She tilted her head. What's chasing you? None of your business. Her lips curved in a thin smile. Suit yourself. The way she looked at me, too calm, too knowing, sent a chill up my spine. Later, at the wake, Marley appeared, her familiar warm face breaking through the sea of false sympathies. She hugged me tight. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Thank you, I whispered, clinging a little too long. When she pulled back, Her eyes darted around the room. You know, Nick had enemies. My stomach dropped. Enemies? She lowered her voice. He never told you. No, he kept things from me. Marley nodded slowly. Isaac, especially. There were arguments, big ones. I thought you should know. I swallowed hard. Why are you telling me this now? Because I don't want you blindsided. Watch the people closest to him. Watch carefully. Her warning rang in my ears long after she left. Helena found me by the stairs. What did Marley say? She said Nick had enemies. She mentioned Isaac. Helena frowned. Isaac? He's supposed to be family. Family doesn't whisper like that in corners. I snapped, glancing at him and Brian across the room. Helena lowered her voice. So what are you going to do? I hesitated. The truth clawed its way up. I'm going to look for answers. I'll start with his study. Joy overheard and grabbed my arm. No, you shouldn't. That room is locked for a reason. My husband is dead. Or maybe alive. I don't know anymore. If there are answers, they're in that study. Joy shook her head, fear in her eyes. You're scaring me. I'm scaring myself, I admitted. That night, after everyone finally left, I crept down the hall. The door to Nick's study loomed at the end, like it had grown taller since he died. My heart pounded as I touched the knob. Locked. I whispered to myself, "What are you hiding, Nick?" Behind me, the floor creaked. I spun, breath caught, but the hallway was empty. Only shadows. Still, I felt watched. The house was silent, except for the groan of old pipes. I stood before Nick's study door again, key I'd stolen from the drawers, clutched in my hand. My pulse thudded as I unlocked it and slipped inside. The smell of leather and dust hit me. His desk loomed, papers stacked neatly, as if waiting for his return. My hand shook as I pulled open drawers until one caught. It was locked. I forced it open with the key. A thick black ledger lay inside. My breath froze. I whispered, "What? Were you hiding, Nick?" I flipped it open. Pages filled with names, dates, numbers, payments, some marked with red symbols. My eyes darted over the scrolled notes until one name stopped me cold, Bruce. I whispered it aloud. "Bruce? Who the hell are you?" The door creaked behind me. I slammed the ledger shut, heart leaping. Bella's voice slid into the room. "What are you doing?" I spun, clutching the ledger to my chest. "Nothing, just looking." Her gaze locked on the book. "That doesn't look like nothing." "It's private," I snapped. "You shouldn't sneak up on me." I heard noise. She stepped closer, eyes flicking to the ledger again. I was worried. About me? I laughed bitterly. Or about what I might find. Her smile was thin. "You're tired, that's all. Grief makes people paranoid." Paranoid. My fingers dug into the cover. "Then why are you staring at this ledger like it belongs to you?" She froze for half a second, then shrugged. "Because I know you shouldn't torture yourself with his business. Leave it. Leave it." My voice cracked. "Bella, my husband is dead. Maybe not dead. And I don't know who to trust. Don't tell me to leave it." Her eyes hardened. "Suit yourself. But don't say I didn't warn you." She turned and walked out, heels clicking. Her calm too practiced. I clutched the ledger tighter. My stomach twisted. She knows something. The next morning, Helena sat at my kitchen table with coffee, her eyes scanning my face. "You didn't sleep again?" "No." I pushed the ledger toward her. "I found this." Her eyes widened. "What is it?" His ledger. Names, payments, codes, and someone named Bruce. She flipped through, frowning. "This looks dangerous." "I think it's proof," I whispered. "Proof of what?" that Nick was in trouble, that he wasn't who I thought he was. Helena leaned in. Listen, there's something I need to tell you. My heart tightened. What? I saw Nick. Weeks before the accident, he was arguing with Calvin outside the office. It was ugly. I gripped the edge of the table. Arguing? About what? I don't know. But Nick was furious. Calvin grabbed his arm. I'd never seen them like that. My breath caught. And you didn't tell me. I didn't think it mattered until now. I buried my face in my hands. Oh my God. Money, betrayal, maybe even murder. Helena touched my wrist. Don't jump too far. Just be careful. Before I could reply, my phone buzzed on the table. A new message. My throat closed when I saw the sender. Nick. With trembling fingers, I opened it. You are in danger. Leave the house. The words blurred as my hands shook. Helena leaned over. What is it? I shoved the phone at her. Her eyes widened. No, this isn't possible. It's him, I whispered. It has to be. Helena's voice dropped to a whisper. Or it's someone who wants you scared enough to run. I stared at the message, my heart hammering. Either way, someone wants me gone. I looked toward the hall, toward the locked study, now violated, toward the shadow stretching across my floor, and for the first time, I realized I no longer knew who was ally or enemy. Calvin's hands shook when I cornered him in the kitchen. Tell me the truth, I demanded. He wouldn't meet my eyes. About what? About Nick. About the fight Helena saw. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, I snapped. Your hands are trembling. He shoved them into his pockets. I'm grieving, same as you. No, I said. You're hiding something. His lips thinned. Drop it. I can't. Then you'll regret it, he muttered, storming out. My chest burned. His denial was weak, his fear obvious. That night, as I passed the hall, I froze. Bella's voice whispered from the study. Isaac, she's digging. His reply was low but urgent. Then we need to control her. My blood ran cold. I pressed myself to the wall. Bella hissed. She suspects too much. Nick left things behind. Then find them. Isaac growled. Before she does, I staggered back, every nerve on fire. My own sister, my own family. When I entered the room later, Bella smiled too sweetly. Couldn't sleep. I forced my voice steady. No, you? Same. She tilted her head. You look pale. I'm fine. Good, she said, eyes sharp as glass. You need rest. I fled to my room, heart racing. Minutes later, my phone buzzed. Another message. Storage Unit 47. Don't trust them. Go now. Nick's number. I whispered into the dark. What are you doing to me, Nick? By dawn, I couldn't breathe in the house anymore. I drove across town, knuckles white on the wheel. The storage facility loomed grey and silent. My legs shook as I keyed in the code and opened the unit. Inside, boxes stacked high. I rifled through them, pulling out files, photographs, documents. One folder fell open. My breath caught. Nick's face stared back at me from a fake passport. Different name, different life. I whispered, You planned this. A stack of photos spilled across the floor. Nick with strangers. Meetings at night. Transactions with men I didn't know. Why? I whispered. Why didn't you tell me? Footsteps scraped behind me. My throat closed. I spun. Fist tight. Man stepped from the shadows. Tall, broad-shouldered, a scar across his jaw. I wouldn't scream, he said calmly. My heart pounded. Who are you? Name's Bruce. His eyes flicked to the files. I see you found his trail. I held the passport against my chest. You knew Nick better than most. Then tell me why my husband faked his death. He exhaled. Because they turned on him, his own circle. Calvin, Isaac, maybe more. They wanted him gone. My knees nearly buckled. You're lying. No, Bruce said firmly. Nick trusted me. He told me everything before he disappeared. I shook my head. No, he wouldn't leave me. He didn't want to, Bruce said. But if he stayed, you'd be dead too. Tears blurred my vision. He sent me messages. He told me to leave the house. Good, Bruce said. That means he's still watching, still trying to protect you. I whispered. Protect me from who? Bruce's voice dropped. From everyone you thought you could trust. Bella, Isaac, even Calvin. They want the money, the company, and anyone. In their way, I staggered back. My sister, he nodded grimly. She's already chosen her side. The room spun. My chest heaved. Why tell me this now? Because you're next, Bruce said. Nick knew it, and now you do too. I clutched the passport, my hands trembling. So what am I supposed to do? Decide, Bruce said. Run like Nick, or fight. The cold air stung my lungs. The files, the lies, the betrayal, everything closed in, and I realized the breaking point had come. Bruce's words echoed in my head long after I left the storage unit. Nick is alive, I whispered to myself as I drove. My fingers gripping, the wheel so hard my knuckles burned. Alive? But running. I couldn't breathe. Isaac, Calvin, Bella, names I loved, faces I trusted, all poisoned now. When I stepped back into the house, the first thing I saw was my bedroom door hanging open, clothes spilled across the floor, drawers pulled out, mattress slashed. God, I gasped. Joy appeared in the hall, her voice low and urgent. I was looking for you. Where were you? Out, I muttered. What happened here? Her eyes darted toward the stairs. Bella, I heard her. She said you're getting too close. She told Isaac you need to be silenced. I froze. Silenced? She said that? Yes. Joy grabbed my wrist. You have to leave. They're planning something. My throat went dry. She's my sister. Not anymore, Joy said. Not if she's plotting against you. I wanted to scream, cry, tear the walls apart. Instead, I pulled out my phone. My thumb hovered over Nick's last message. Then I typed furiously, I know you're alive. I need to see you. Now. Minutes felt like hours until my phone buzzed. Tomorrow, 9 p.m., Pier 12. Come alone. I stared at the screen. My hands shook. Pier 12, I whispered. Tomorrow. Joy's eyes widened. You're meeting him? Yes. I don't care if it's a trap. I need answers. She looked terrified. Then I'm coming with you. No, I said sharply. It's too dangerous. Her voice softened. Then at least let me cover for you. If Bella asks where you are, tell her nothing. I interrupted. She doesn't deserve even that. That night I barely slept. Every creak of the house made me jolt awake. I imagined Bella standing in the doorway, with Isaac behind her, knives in their hands, smiles on their faces. By the time the sun rose, I was hollow. Bella knocked on my door mid-morning. You look awful, she said smoothly. Thanks, muttered. Where were you last night? I forced a yawn, crying myself to sleep. Her eyes narrowed. I hope you're not digging. I don't even know what that means. Good, she said, though her tone cut like glass. Stay that way. The moment she left, I whispered to myself, tomorrow can't come soon enough. Night fell heavy and cold when I reached Pier 12. Fog clung to the water, wrapping everything in silence. I clutched my phone like a lifeline, waiting for Nick's shadow to appear. Hello, sister. My stomach dropped. Bella stepped from the mist. Isaac at her side. No, I breathed. No, this can't. Were you expecting someone else? Bella smirked. Isaac's grin was worse. You're too easy, really. Nick always said you were sharp, but I don't see it. I backed away, heart hammering. You used his number. You lured me here. Of course, Bella said. Nick is gone, dead, and you're a fool to think otherwise. You don't know what I've seen, I spat. Isaac chuckled. Fake passports. Files. Please. Nick was desperate. He couldn't hold the company. We made sure of it. I glared at Bella. And you, my own blood. Her face twisted. Do you know what? It's like living in your shadow. Always second. Always ignored while you had the perfect marriage. The perfect life. Finally, I get what I deserve. I shook my head, tears burning my eyes. What you deserve? Betrayal. Selling out your own family. You never deserved him, she hissed. Nick belonged to more than you. He belonged to the business. To us. Isaac stepped forward. We could make this easy. Walk away. Pretend you never found anything, and you live. Or what? I whispered. Bella's voice dripped venom. Or you disappear like Nick. A shadow moved behind them. Bruce's voice cut through the fog. Step away from her. Isaac spun, cursing. Bella's eyes went wide. You again. Isaac snarled. Bruce strode closer, his presence sharp as steel. You think you're untouchable, Isaac, but I know everything you did. Fraud, theft, murder, plots. You're finished. Isaac laughed bitterly. Big words. You don't have proof. Bruce smirked. I have enough. Bella clutched Isaac's arm. Let's go. This isn't worth it. No. Isaac barked. She knows too much. She doesn't walk away. He lunged at me. My scream caught in my throat. Then Bruce slammed into him, sending him sprawling against the concrete. Run! Bruce shouted. I stumbled back, my legs frozen. Bella's face twisted in rage. You ruined everything, she shrieked at me. This was supposed to be mine. Her words cut deeper than any blade. You're my sister, I whispered. Not anymore, she spat. Isaac scrambled to his feet, blood on his lip. This isn't over. He bolted into the fog, his footsteps fading. Bruce grabbed my arm. We have to go, now. But I couldn't move. My whole body shook as Bella glared at me with hatred I'd never seen before. You'll regret this, she swore. You'll lose everything, just like him. Her voice cracked. For the first time, I saw not triumph, but desperation in her eyes. Then she turned and ran after Isaac, leaving me trembling on the pier. Bruce's grip tightened. Are you hurt? I shook my head. Only broken inside. He studied me. You're stronger than you think. No, I whispered. I'm not. My sister hates me. My husband left me. My whole life is a lie. Bruce's voice softened. Or maybe it's the first time you're seeing the truth. I swallowed hard. What happens now? We wait, he said. Isaac will run. Bella will crumble. And Nick, my voice cracked. Nick? He'll reach out again. Bruce promised. When it's safe. I looked out at the black water, my reflection rippling in pieces. Safe, I whispered. I don't think I'll ever feel safe again. But even as I said it, I knew one thing. The lies were unraveling, and I couldn't stop until I uncovered every last truth. The weeks slid by like shadows. The house grew quieter, emptier, until silence became my only companion. News traveled in whispers. Calvin's been charged, Joy told me one morning, eyes wide. For what? I asked. Fraud. Embezzlement. Everything Nick suspected. It's all true. I swallowed. And Isaac? No one's seen him, she said softly. He drained accounts and disappeared. People say he's hiding overseas. And Bella? I forced the word out. Joy hesitated. She's finished. No money, no friends, just anger. A tremor ran through me. My own sister, stripped down to ashes. That night, I sat alone in the broken shell of the house Nick and I once called home. The walls groaned with emptiness. Then, a soft knock echoed. I opened the door. Nick stood there, alive. My breath hitched. Nick. He looked thinner, hollow-eyed, his shoulders sagging beneath invisible weight. You're really here, I whispered. He nodded. I had to see you. Tears pricked my eyes. You let me bury you. His voice cracked. I thought it was the only way. They wanted me dead. They still do, I said bitterly. He reached for my hand, but I pulled back. I don't even know who you are anymore. I'm still me, he pleaded. Still your husband. I shook my head. My husband wouldn't have left me to grieve a coffin. I did it to protect you. His eyes shone with desperation. If they knew you were close to me, they'd have destroyed you too. They tried anyway, I snapped. Silence fell. The air between us was thick with all the words we'd never said. Finally he whispered, Come with me. Leave all of this. We can start over somewhere else. Just us. I stared at him, broken and fragile, and for a heartbeat, I wanted to say yes, to vanish with him and forget. But then I remembered Bella's eyes filled with hate, Calvin's trembling hands, Isaac's smirk, and I remembered myself, standing, surviving, fighting. I can't, I said firmly. His shoulders slumped. You don't mean that. I do, I whispered. I can't keep running, not from them, not from life, and not from myself. Nick's voice broke. I don't know how to live without you. You'll have to learn, I said. Because I already did. He flinched as if struck. Nick, I said softly, you'll always be a part of me, but the man I loved, he died the moment you chose to vanish, and the woman who begged for him, she died too. His eyes glistened. So this is goodbye. Yes, I whispered. This is goodbye. For a long moment he stood there, torn, apart by his own choices. Then he turned, disappearing into the night like a ghost, slipping back into the shadows. I closed the door. My knees trembled, but I stood tall. Weeks later, word spread like wildfire. Calvin sentenced. Isaac never found. Bella stripped of everything, her rage turning inward. I hadn't lifted a finger. Karma had done the work. One evening I walked through the ruins of the house, crumbling walls, shattered glass, peeling paint. It was all falling apart, just like the life I once clung to. I touched the door frame and whispered. I trusted no one, and because of that, I found myself again. And, for the first time, I believed it.